I just don't know how they can sit there and just flat out go, Trump had better economy. $7 trillion in debt, no infrastructure, no healthcare, no CHIPS Act, no nothing. You did nothing.
And to make matters worse, and we put this in Armageddon updates all the time, he kept saying he was going to do these things and just kept moving the goalpost every, not even like once a year he would come out and do a thing. He would say every 2 weeks.
Yeah. Bing, bong, bong, bing.
Knowing that these sandwich MAGA people have the memories of a dog. They just, it's just goldfish. Each week is just
goldfish. They're just not. And I look, they're not. They can't all be stupid, but it's crazy. Well, some guy wrote when I was reading the comments because I was really kind of stunned at their to just post. It's just Section 3 of the Constitution, 14th Amendment. That's all it was.
Yeah.
The anger and the vehemence of just the screaming it at fucking guys. I didn't write it. Why are you mad at me?
You can't believe the hypocrisy is. So that is the most blatant example of their hypocrisy. Is that example right there?
But there was one guy that wrote. He said, I want you to know something. I'm not a Trump supporter. He said, and I really do like your comedy. I may not agree with this, and I think the courts are going to have to decide it. But it's not going to make me dislike you or your comedy. And I was like, okay. I'll go, okay, we can hang out, dude.
Yeah.
Like you, but everyone else like, fuck you need to die, blah, blah. That's another thing too. They said that the judges in the Colorado case have death threats. Death threats.
Oh, and the people that filed the case.
We have made evil okay. Trump made evil okay. Mm-hmm. And a bunch of people are backing him up.
Yep.
But God, he's dumb, man. That thing we posted last week about him talking about running against Obama. We beat Obama last time.
Yep.
And he just kept fumbling. But you know what? He does this.
But he kept going with it.
Well, he could. I thought he got in
3 minutes of Obama.
Does anyone know that there's someone pointing out that he can't stand right anymore? He's got these 2-inch pads under the front of his feet whenever he stands.
There's a lot of opinion about that. I don't know. Everybody has a freaking opinion.
Is it a mental thing?
There's one there's people on there saying that they're doctors and he's got this specific type of dementia that makes you massively lean forward. And they show that side picture of him at the microphone that day. I think it's just because he has no muscle at all.
Right.
And his front end is getting heavier and heavier and heavier. Yeah. I mean, and he's got little tiny fairy feet. So those little tiny fairy feet.
He's got little tiny fairy feet.
Can't hold him up. I don't know. I'm not a doctor, but I get kind of annoyed at stuff like that where people are just sitting there speculating. Maybe his little toesies hurt. Somebody else said he's diabetic. His feet are probably pretty messed up. I mean, he's old.
He's only 2 years younger than Biden.
Someone else said it's because he's got lifts in his shoes, and so that pitches him forward, and he is older, so he's not as steady to hold himself up. He's not balanced. If you look at him from the side, he very much.
What is holding him up? The podium?
They put little pads under his feet. There was a wide shot.
He's standing on these 2 little rubber pads.
Oh, it's a counterbalance.
They look like sandbags, kind of. Yeah,
but just on his toes.
What the fuck?
I know. What the fuck?
What the fuck?
He also had to be helped down a ramp. I love when people talk about Biden being old. This motherfucker had to be walked down a ramp. I tell you what. Let's do this. Let's have a bike ride. Biden gets on a bike and Trump gets on a bike, and we see who rides the farthest.
If they can race to the finish line, is president. Whoever makes it, it's a bike off.
Yeah, they're gonna bike off each other.
I don't think he could probably even get on a bike.
Well, that's what we're saying.
He's not a guy like that does normal things.
He's not a guy.
Drive.
Like a guy's a guy.
Have we ever seen him drive?
Mm-mm.
Ever?
There's a picture of him. We'll put it up right here. This is him. He got into a truck and was president, and he went like a 4-year-old. he went. Bah, bah, bah. It was like I was like, what is he doing?
Well, he does have like little 4-year-old hands.
But he's a president, dude. This is how you drive a big truck like this. You fucking.
That reminds me of Dukakis. Remember that? We're aging ourselves. Remember the Mike Dukakis in the tank with the helmet, but crooked.
But that's a good point to bring up the election. So. Everybody keeps saying their Biden's economy isn't working for them, and I'm like, what are you talking about? Mm-hmm. Wages are actually outpaced. Wages went up 8 to 10%, and since Biden took over, and inflation is now down below 3%. We have gas prices have dropped $1.40.
Yep.
Even in California, I was like, oh shit,
it is in the 4s. It's the first time I've seen it.
Yeah, we were in the 4s. California was in the. That means in the Midwest, it's got to be it's 210.
Yeah. And of course, the president doesn't have that much to do with gas per se.
Well, yes, he does when it's, yes, both sides do this. This happened during Bush.
Yes.
And both sides, when gas prices are high, and it's a Republican, Democrats go, look at the gas prices.
Yeah.
And it's when it's the other way and it's a Democrat, look at the gas prices.
Mhm.
But the gas price, all they could talk about, but now that they're down again, they don't ever say anything. Not like, well, at least gas prices are pretty, you know?
Do you know why gas prices were high? Do you know the real reason? People forget that I have to research this shit all the time. Like, if I do this podcast, I have to make sure I know what I'm talking about, because I get my ass handed to me when I'm right. And then when I'm wrong, holy shit. Trump signed a deal with Saudi during the pandemic that basically cut oil production by 2 million barrels a day. And it went through April of this last year or the year before. That's last year, I think. Saudi just extended it 2 more months. That's why gas prices were so high for so long.
Uh-huh.
So Trump went out of his way to motherfuck the next administration because he knew he wasn't going to win.
Yeah.
I don't understand the polling. I think people are being sucked in. That's what I saw. I watched CNN today. This guy lied. This guy from Colorado flat out lied. He just said everything that wasn't true about the economy. And then Breonna Keeler just sat there. Didn't say a word.
I wish Biden would just come out and speak to that. If
I think
people
he is.
say,
I think they're biding their time. As it, I think what happened is that they have learned. Listen, we are pretty clear that the American public has the attention span again of a goldfish.
yes,
So we have a year. The elections are in November. Next November, I will bet you. I'm gonna make a call here. May. Biden's gonna start swinging fucking hard, and for 6 months it's gonna be nonstop.
okay, because the next thing I was going to say is, okay, but that means it needs to be repeated. He needs to get up
They
and
know
do
that.
a thing every
Listen,
week.
if dumb me thinks they need to repeat it, and dumb you needs there's smart people that are going, we got to never let this go.
You remember all Trump did was do speeches all day? Like he would sleep till 11:30, maybe golf, and then he would just do a press conference about who knows what, about whatever. Something to do with China.
That's another thing that made me mad is that I was just pointing out what he did. It'll go away like a miracle. Million dead. We can maybe inject it into your lungs, disinfect into your lungs like a cleaning. Fucking, and this is the fucking guy you want back.
Remember the scientists were just like, Jesus.
Oh, I love that. I love that slow. There was that someone did that slow pushing on what's her face, the other doctor.
Burks.
Oh, yeah.
Burks did that slow push while he was talking, and you just see her like, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. And then someone said, when I posted that thing on Instagram, someone goes, yeah, Fauci ruined it. I'm like, Fauci made sure that all the stores were empty. The
little doctor guy?
The little doctor guy, yeah.
Who stopped HIV or AIDS?
Yeah,
Didn't
AIDS,
stop it, but
they came up
the
with
pandemic of AIDS.
Yeah.
I mean, like,
and told us the truth.
The little doctor guy?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he
All
actually made it so the supply chain didn't
Okay.
work.
Or maybe you just listened to a catchword or phrase that some dumb fat orange guy said, and now you're just repeating it. It's like whenever people
I think you nailed it.
attacking Fauci, just a doctor, guys. He's just a scientist doctor. That's
Who's got the medal of freedom twice.
Who could be wrong sometimes, could be right. He's just a doctor.
No one has a matching pair of Medal of Freedoms. He does. He has 2.